The caller, a call from the heart of darkness. One night, fog covered the wheat fields. It was a remote village in Fayoum Governorate, Egypt. Silence reigned as if the earth had breathed its last breath. Not a single sound could be heard, not the chirping of crickets or the buzzing of insects, just an eerie quiet that pressed heavily on the stillness of the night. In the distance, a lone dog howled, its mournful cry echoing through the empty streets like a lament for the departed. The full moon peeked shyly from behind the thick clouds, casting an eerie glow on the village. Shadows danced ominously on the mud-brick walls, taking on grotesque shapes that seemed to writhe and twist in the darkness. In the heart of this village lived Ibrahim, a 26-year-old boy. He was known for his honesty and strong morals. His days were spent working in the fields, his hands becoming rough and sun-kissed as he toiled under the unforgiving Egyptian sun. Despite his humble beginnings, Ibrahim was a beacon of light in the community, always ready with a helping hand and a kind word. His blue eyes, clear as the summer sky, reflected his pure heart, and his smile, as warm as the midday sun, could light up even the gloomiest of days. But beneath this seemingly idyllic life, Ibrahim harbored a secret, a haunting secret that he had not revealed to anyone, not even his closest family members. Every night before sleep, he would be visited by the same dream, a dream so vivid it felt more real than reality itself. In his dream, he would find himself walking through the tall crops, the golden wheat swaying gently in the breeze. And there, amidst the sea of gold, he would see her, a woman of unparalleled beauty. Her features were always blurred, shrouded in a mist that prevented him from seeing her face clearly. Yet her eyes, oh, her eyes were clear, pools of liquid amber that seemed to call out to him across the vast expanse of the field. And as he struggled to comprehend the meaning of these nightly visits, her voice would echo in his ears, a soft, lilting sound like the tinkling of a distant fountain. She would call out his name, Ibrahim, and the sound of her voice sent shivers down his spine. At first, he had dismissed them as just dreams, nocturnal whispers that had no hold on the waking world. But then that night came when the line between dream and reality blurred, and Ibrahim found himself irresistibly drawn to the canal. It was the same canal where he had seen the woman in his dreams, the one where, according to local folklore, the caller appeared. The caller. As he stood by the canal, the familiar voice echoed through the night. Ibrahim. He froze, trying to convince himself that what he was hearing was just his imagination playing tricks on him. But the voice persisted, growing louder, closer, warmer, more feminine. He turned around slowly, but there was no one there. Yet the voice continued to beckon him, pulling him closer like an invisible magnet. And then something extraordinary happened. His feet began to move, not of their own accord, but as if guided by an invisible force. They started walking towards the sound of the caller's voice. Hours passed, and still Ibrahim walked, his eyes fixed on the spot where the voice seemed to originate. When the first rays of sunlight began to touch the horizon, his footprints abruptly ended at the edge of the canal. After that, there was no trace of him. The villagers found his sandals on the bank, but he was nowhere to be seen. They searched for him all day, their voices echoing with worry, but there was no sign of him. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the village, they found his unfinished dinner on the table, growing cold. That night, the villagers swore they heard his voice calling them from afar, just as the caller had called him. And from that day on, no one dared to pass by the canal after midnight, for the caller never forgets, and if she calls you once, know that your soul has become hers forever.